Gemini makes me feel alive. Wake me up, shake me up. They say all that you do is lie. There's a side of you, pulls me into you. Got that way of showing me that you're bad news. Oh, Gemini makes me feel alive. Wake me up, shake me up. They say all that you do is lie. All that you do is lie. All that you do is lie. Tonight. Up in the air. That's where you take me, I swear. I always knew that you would be the key of truth or dare. Oh, Gemini makes me feel alive. Wake me up, shake me up. They say all that you do is lie. There's a side of you, pulls me into you. Got that way of showing me that you're bad news. Oh, Gemini makes me feel alive. Wake me up, shake me up. They say all that you do is lie. Gemini, all that you do is lie. All you do is lie.
It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Welcome to the midday show. I'm so confused. I thought it was morning or something. I don't know. Welcome to the midday show. Huh?
We've been in meetings all
That's
day.
because Amy's in the house. I get all confused with people. People from the past.
You shouldn't tell people you get confused, and then we're going to put you on some new supplements for mental
Bring them
confusion.
on. Will it help?
It's going to help with mental clarity.
Yeah, what's helping you?
You have no idea. Happy Friday, everyone. Welcome to our midday show. Give us a call, 888-994-4995. What a week. Again,
Studio A, by the way.
grateful we're in South Florida and not in the Northeast and not in
Yeah,
California.
my sister says, Freddie, it's snowing here.
It's snowing again.
Good for you. In California, they're snowing 6 feet.
Snow in California, snow in New York.
And did you see the special about the drought? So they showed this bed where the boats are droughted on the bottom of there's no water, right? Now it's beautiful. Now they showed it today, it's under snow.
It's freezing, I guess. I don't know. We got to love South Florida, though. You know, tomorrow, daylight savings time. Tomorrow at
Is it?
midnight or 1 a.m., we change the clocks. We lose an hour, but we gain an hour of sunshine. So
That means I gotta push it back?
spring ahead.
Oh, so I gain an hour.
No, it would be like 1 o'clock now on Sunday.
So I want
Spring ahead, fall behind.
Hold on. I'm Puerto Rican.
I know.
Give me a break. At 1 o'clock, it would be 2 o'clock or 12 o'clock?
2,
So I'm gonna lose an hour.
yes.
That sucks.
Yeah, but when we leave here at 7 o'clock, the sun will be out.
I don't care. What, am I gonna go play baseball?
Yes.
And it's me. I'm the
Something
one.
psychological. When you go home and it's light outside, you feel as if you've got more time to do things. You don't feel as if you're going to eat dinner and go to bed.
Is that true?
Mm-hmm.
Is that true?
Yeah. Time for more ice cream.
How much of that stuff have you eaten?
None, actually, because I guess I should be more specific when I bring in a food vendor that we have a studio full of people. So we've
Yeah.
got Wow ice treats in the house. Alex is joining us, and we got to get right over the ice treats before they melt. I
You
think.
have to, otherwise you get sopa.
We have to get our official ice cream taster out here. So Bailey's going to be joining us to do some official ice cream tasting.
There ain't gonna be no ice cream left for nobody.
He's got little spoons, so he brought enough. And next time he comes, we're going to talk all about that as well.
Excellent. Let's do that. Let's
But
talk
we got a
about
lot of
ice
things
cream.
going
Look
on,
at
and here
Bailey.
comes
Look at
Bailey.
she runs.
We told her she could not have lunch, Alex, until she tries the ice cream. I'm such a
She's
good
the
mom, right?
She's the Cooking with Chaos host. She has a show called Cooking with Chaos.
Cooking Up Chaos.
Cooking Up Chaos. Her and Braxton. We may want to put the camera over to the.
I'm waiting for it to ice on you guys.
Oh,
Okay.
and then she's gonna move the camera.
And they do this little show for kids about how to cook certain things. And I think that I'm losing them because they seem to want to do it for adults. And I said, no, we're staying with children.
They did ants on a log. He wants to do some gourmet something on Tuesday. I don't
Well, it
know.
has to be children doable. Because if it's not children doable, we ain't going to do it. So peanut butter and jelly with banana in between, things
That's
like
what you told me to have for dinner the other day.
Yeah.
And it sounded really good. I can't imagine.
you do it?
No. You don't want to
That's
know
the
why.
story of my life. Why didn't you do it?
Because I don't eat peanut butter, and I didn't have bananas, which meant then I had to do like sunflower butter, because the older I get, the more complicated my food choices
Okay,
are.
hold on. I didn't say I said peanut butter, jelly, and a banana.
Okay, I don't have peanut butter because I don't eat peanut butter. It makes me sick. So then I had to do sunflower butter, but I didn't have a banana. And then I didn't want the sugar from the jelly. So remember that movie with Jack Nicholson? And he wanted bread, and they said, we have no bread, so we ordered a BLT, and they held the bacon, the lettuce, the tomato, and just got the bread. I had a peanut butter and jelly in my mind, because by the time I had no peanut butter and no banana, jelly and bread was not going to be sufficient. So I said, yes, I enjoyed it very much. Never had it.
She lies. And then you take me to places where I eat grass. Literally grass. You guys ever ate grass? Like you cut the lawn and you pick it up and you eat it? Yeah,
She
I know
does.
you would. You're probably a lawn mower like the Flintstones. And I ate the grass. And you didn't have no sympathy for me.
But I got to tell you, all kidding aside, you have started to eat like I eat, and used to tease me for the way I eat.
I'm
But
eating like you eat. No, that never happened.
but look, you had a salad.
I gotta have salad. Yeah.
You're doing better with your salad, your vegetables. You're spacing out your meals. We've got an ice cream taster to keep your
can't have
sugar in
that.
check.
I can't eat that.
You're doing a whole lot. I'm really proud of the accomplishments
I
you're
love
making.
the way you point out the ice cream, which I cannot have.
Bailey's here eating it for us, though.
Bailey's
I think
gonna
that's
eat
fair.
it for me. Yes.
And Karen's going to have some. I think we're going to share with everyone, just not you. And it's mango, so not me, which is why we brought in Bailey. So we're good to go.
And there you
That
have
goes
it.
with my peanut butter and mango situation.
All right, so let's bring Alex along.
Again, why I should be more clear when I bring in a food
is.
vendor.
It's Friday. She's delirious. All right,
Alex,
so
we've been trying to bring Alex on for weeks. I reached out to him. I found him on social media, and it looked amazing. Everything you have, so many choices, and your car broke down, and this happened. So I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, so much resilience. I'm glad to be here. Glad to be here.
Tell us about your product.
Okay, so the product Wow Ice started from a dream. In 2018, I had of my younger sister, Kira Murray, who was fatally killed in the Pulse nightclub shooting in Orlando. She was only 18 years old at the time. She just graduated high school 6 days before the shooting. So I had a dream about her in 2018 that I wrote down. And I was living in my old apartment at the time. And I went downstairs in the kitchen and I saw my sister there. Her aura was bright. She had a lot of colorful things on. And I couldn't see her face. But the last words I heard her say was, wow. So I woke up, I wrote it down. 3 months later, I'm telling my wife about it. Like, I have to do something with wow. Like, something. And I already knew how to make frozen treats. I'm from Philadelphia, so I'm big on the Italian ices, snow cones, ice creams. And then we hit the ground running literally as the pandemic started in 2020.
Well, first I have to say I'm incredibly sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
And wow.
Yeah, it's a wow. The story, everything, the product. So yeah, we're here today, and I brought 2 flavors: mango heat, which is mango with chili lime seasoning on the top, and I also brought my passion paradise, which is a passion fruit. Everything is all natural, dairy-free, gluten-free, vegan product for our vegan people. Maybe not in the audience. Yeah, so
there's a person in here that will only eat vegan, Josh. So that's right up his alley.
Yeah.
Now, Alex, I gotta ask you,
Teddy, maybe we can put some, like, a little bit taste in the little plastic cups for everybody.
the formula, the flavors, is this something that you came up with?
Yeah, so I started out making Italian ices. That was a recipe I formulated myself with some friends growing up. And where we are now to where it's all natural, I'm a vegan as well, so I'm big on all natural things. And I wanted to get past that threshold that most ice cream and Italian ice companies do with high fructose corn syrup, which generally tells our brain to keep eating. So when we have, different brands I'm not going to mention, we wonder why we can eat a pint or a half a gallon. It's because they have additives in their products that make us keep eating. So while we're big on all natural ingredients, guilt-free, delicious product.
Do you have a storefront or are you all mobile?
So everything is all mobile. We have a warehouse in Delray. That is our co-packer who makes all of our cups. And I distribute, my wife distribute. We're in 11 hotels in South Florida. We're doing Formula One in May. So if you're at Formula One racing in Miami,
Wow.
we'll be there. Brightline, we have product on Brightline train. And that's just to mention a few things we're doing.
Now, Brightline, you have a dispensary, like a box.
So they have a freezer unit they load the trains with, and it's
They
on
put
their
it in
menu.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, let's give Bailey a little taste of everything. And how has this been going? I mean, you started with the pandemic.
So
First, the whole story of seeing your sister.
That's
Have you seen
amazing.
her since then?
yeah, I see my sister twice after 2018. I seen her once the business started in 2020. I had a dream. We were at some restaurant or something, and I got to see her physically, her whole body, her eyes, everything. And I just cried. I remember waking up, my wife was like, you're crying in your sleep. And I'm like, you're not even going to imagine what I just dreamed about. So that was one time I seen her in 2020, and then I just recently seen her last year.
How many flavors do you offer? Or are these just the two?
So right now our main four
Four.
would be passion fruit, coconut, strawberry, and mango. Now this mango heat is a deal we have with GoPuff. If you're not familiar with GoPuff delivery service, they're from Philadelphia like I am. We started a partnership during Christmas, and now I'm making an exclusive flavor just for them on their app at GoPuff, and it's the mango heat.
And when you buy it from GoPuff, do they come in packets of 12, 6, or it's just individuals?
So GoPuff, they deliver individually. For us, we offer 12 packs on our website that you can order. We also ship as well. We've shipped as far as Guam. We have a current client in Guam, and they order the passion fruit and the coconut, and they resell it at their hot dog store they have in Guam.
And I would bet the coconut's probably lower in sugar.
Yes, yes.
That's amazing.
All natural.
When I grew up, we had Italian ices in New York, right?
Yes.
The yellow container.
Yeah.
Remember those? And you used to flip it upside down. You remember that, right?
I
How they
remember.
did it too. And you flip it because you ate the sugary part first.
Yeah.
And your face got all red and your tongue got all red. And everybody used to say, who could eat it the fastest? Got a quart. I know. It's a tradition. Ices have been a tradition.
Yeah.
Then they went away. I don't know what the hell happened with them. They disappeared.
They were getting a little too unhealthy. They were getting out of hand.
Too much
With
sugar, right?
Too much sugar. Too much sugar. Now, me too. I'm 28 years old now. It was around when I was a kid as well, but then it started to gelatos, sorbets, healthier alternatives in Philadelphia. We still have Italian ice though. It's just a little bit more healthier than the upside down sugar.
Upside-
Is this your
sugary.
main line of business?
Yes. Wild ice is my main line.
28 years old. That's remarkable.
Thank you.
I get this thing in my head that he's the next coming of the piragüero. In New York, the piragua,
Piragua.
they shave the ice, they make the cone, and then they put the syrup on it. That went away too, until
Yeah.
the movie came out. But all of these alternatives, and you wonder why I'm a diabetic? I mean, I lived on this stuff. We grew up in the streets. That's what you had, all this
Right.
bad stuff.
All right, Bailey, you going to try some?
Which one are you going to try, Bailey?
Why don't you try? We'll put a little bit in a cup,
Do
and then we're
both,
going
do
to put
both.
some more in cups and pass the little cups around. Teddy's
So
going to
people-
sort of
and
serve it up.
I want Josh to try the vegan stuff. You're vegan too?
No, he's not vegan.
Yeah, he says he's vegan.
Vegetarian.
Oh.
That's close enough.
Bailey,
It
just
started
put
with
some in
a
a
V.
cup.
Amy, are you a vegetarian?
No,
Are you vegan?
no.
So this is perfect for you. This is perfect.
Two Finger Amy. That's gonna be her new name. Two Finger.
We're gonna
Amy.
pass them around.
Like the passion fruit, but once I heard it's like
Mango heat.
like just like wasn't just mango.
I would say start with.
Teddy's gonna pass them around and serve it up for everybody.
So people can get a little tasty taste.
So it's dairy free,
Yeah, gluten free.
gluten free.
You've had it?
Everything is
Bless you.
Sounds good.
everything is vegan, all natural. Literally, every scoop is going to taste like a piece of fruit, right off the tree. And you're
And
going
you
to see.
manufacture this in Delray?
Yes.
And these are your formulas, right? Are you planning on increasing the taste to have more selection, or are you gonna
So-
stop at 4?
Right now, I'm working with a. I can't say the company name, but it's restaurants in Miami. I actually brought out a dairy line for them, so now I'm making vanilla, chocolate
Wow.
under their.
I keep saying, wow.
See, it's stuck in your head, right?
Bailey, how is it?
How is it?
So you're doing private labeling for
Yeah.
for different companies.
Yeah, I just started. This would be my first client. I can't mention yet, but yeah,
So if the cafe wanted to have an icy, we would
can
hire
do
you
it.
to do this.
we can do it.
What flavor would you want? You
First of
can't
all, I'm a
have it.
diabetic, so I would have to come up with a formula
No sugar?
approved by her.
Sugar free?
Sugar free?
Sugar, everything free. Can't have no carbs. Can't have no
I'm telling
sugar. Can't have
And
nothing.
that's the mango heat, right?
What are you saying, Amy? Amy, what are you saying? Amy's
saying,
gonna be there.
Thank you.
What would he do? Like protein? You'd have to have like bologna icy.
That has carbs in it.
Bologna does? Oh, you'd have to do, yeah.
I read a report about
Tastes just
stevia.
like a
It gives you
passion fruit,
heart
right?
disease.
Told you.
Wrong report?
You missing out, Freddie.
All right, Bailey, how is it?
How is it?
I want the hot one.
Which one do you like better? Or-
Like on the one hand, the mango heat's like a really unique combination. I love passion fruit.
You love the passion fruit. All right, survey says
Ooh, yummy.
What y'all think?
Now you see
Thank you.
this.
It's so good.
It's good.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Two Finger Amy approved.
which flavor is that?
The mango spicy.
Mango
yeah,
heat?
mango heat. There you
Is
go.
it spicy?
You got the passion fruit?
No, it just says spicy. You got the passion. How is it?
It's really good.
Thank you.
I love it.
I wish I'd have brought more. Thank you.
And
Now-
how do you ship these? Ice,
Yeah.
frozen ice packs? or?
Yeah, so in styrofoam coolers with dry ice.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I can send it to California to make it.
Yep.
Really?
We can send it to California, New York. We have customers in Colorado, all over.
Maybe Sally wants some.
See if they want to sign. You know, the funny thing is that we're actually
This is
in
delicious.
Thank you, Dawn.
negotiations to open up a studio in California.
Okay.
And again, it's about the health deal that's happening on the West Coast as well.
Yeah.
But there might be a play. He says he'll make a Brooklyn Cafe icy.
This is delicious.
What flavor would that be?
It could be any flavor we come up with. Any flavor.
What flavor would you
Two
want?
Finger Amy.
What flavor would you do?
You know how they say
Coffee?
three finger
You could do
finale?
like a coffee
Okay,
flavor.
you can
Stop
finale.
that now.
Three finger finale.
This passion. Hey, Karen, what do you think?
So good.
Thank you.
So now you've been teased. And is this not available at Publix yet?
Not yet.
Not
Have
yet.
you pitched
Not
it to them?
Not yet. Not yet. I'm still, getting my feet wet. This is year 2 for us, and I've heard different things with the market, how to, market Publix and Walmart. Just baby steps. I've seen a lot of people in the same industry go bankrupt, lose $1 million that they just got last year, and now they don't have it because they put it in Publix too fast without marketing. So I'm just taking my time.
Interesting.
What about Sunny Stop?
There's a lot of bodegas. There's a lot of
bodegas to
places.
start with.
Exactly. Like
Trader
bodega.
Joe's, I'm sure, because
Yeah.
he labels.
What label?
See, he white labels. The difference is you white label. People
Yeah.
don't understand this business. If you white
Yeah.
label, it takes you in another direction because you get the greatness of his flavor with your name on it.
How'd you come up with it? I know you were making this before your sister passed.
Yeah.
What even got you into the icy field?
So I'm a former football player. I played high school football and college football. So there was a guy who's from Africa, Fred. He taught me young how to make Italian ices. He has all the stores. He has the #1 product in Philadelphia, and he ships to New York. So I'm sure most of the ices in New York are from him. He showed me when I was a kid, and he was like, maybe one day this is something you would want to do. And I was like, nah, I'm going to the NFL. I'm not thinking about that. So then I got to college, I got my third concussion, and then I was ruled out by the doctors to never play again. And I moved to Florida for a few years, went to LA for a year. Then that's when I was like, I'm doing ices. I saw how crazy it was in Florida and LA, and I was like, it's only right for me to do ices. And I started with Italian ices. And then now we have all natural frozen treats.
And they've been sitting out for about an hour before we even ate them, and they were still perfectly frozen, perfectly fine.
Yep.
So you think you're gonna buy them at the grocery store, head home, they melt,
Nope.
and it was soft. It wasn't icy,
Yeah.
which was
Yeah.
really a nice consistency.
The reason that
Yeah, it was.
the reason that Dawn brings this up is because Dawn puts everything in her freezer.
Yes.
Everything goes in the freezer. Take a commercial.
I think there's also an Italian ice in your fridge.
You probably did. Alex, what's the best way to find you and to order some ices?
So the best way to find us is on our socials at Wow Ice Co. Also our website at www.wowiceco.com.
And your sister's name was?
Akira Murray.
Well, Takira Murray, our hearts are with you, and this is, all I can say is wow. It is amazing.
Yes.
Good stuff. All right, let's take a
Ices.
commercial break.
We'll be right back.
Known for his Art Deco Cubist style and compositions with dancing saturated color, Ken Bieberman has lived and breathed art his whole life. From the early 80s, he's influenced the Art Deco district of Miami Beach. Featured in numerous restoration projects, hotels, galleries, and clubs, Bieberman creates for everyday folks and celebrity clientele. He's also the proprietor of Art Repro, a giclée and scanning company in Pompano Beach. When it comes to scanning high resolution, size is not an issue. Professionally scanning art up to 10 feet and 64 inches in width, Art Repro utilizes state-of-the-art equipment. On quality canvas or paper, archival ink and printing mediums are put to use. Art Repro ensures colors are true and every nuance of the art is captured, including the canvas weave. Perfection is the priority. Contact artist Ken Bieberman today at 954-547-0095 or visit his website www.artrepro.net.
Being a successful woman in business means having the courage to own who you are. We understand the challenges faced by women, and we are here to help. Our team is here to develop the best strategy designed just for you. Your path is unique, and with the right tools, you can accomplish your dream. From radio to TV, from podcasting to magazines, we create the visibility to amplify your impact in business. At New Dawn Media, we are here to help bring your message forward and help your business flourish. It is time for your message to be seen and your voice to be heard. Contact us at 866-224-5422 or brooklyncafe.tv. Your voice can make a difference.
Le Sorel Restaurant, home of the authentic Italian tradition, offers a large menu that consists of seafood, steak, homemade pasta, brick oven pizza, and homemade desserts including a wide wine selection. We also have the best bar in Boca Raton with delicious cocktails, homemade limoncello, cappuccino, Italian espresso, brandy, and other specialties, open every day with a lunch and dinner menu. For more information or to make a reservation, contact lesorelrestaurant.com or call 561-235-5301.
There is no way to ignore it. You hear it on the news, online, from your friends and family. What happened to my money? Whether it got hit by falling stocks and bonds, with the coronavirus, shrunk by a floundering 401k with low interest rates, and is riding the extreme ups and downs of the stock market with political elections. Many Americans are worried about their money and how they're going to retire. Help protect your financial future now and call J.D. Milberg for your complimentary book from a leading financial firm that shows you ways not to run out of money whether the market goes up or down. This free book reveals little-known truths about annuity strategies in simple-to-understand terms that can protect your money for a lifetime. As a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report summarizing the rates and benefits of annuities from hundreds of top-rated insurers, helping you to find ways to get up to 33% more income in retirement. That's right. 2 books, both absolutely free, for calling J.D. Mellberg. Help protect your financial future.
Call 877-643-3015.
Are you compromising your medical care for doctors out of your network? Are you tired of dealing with referrals to see a specialist? Are you aware that you can save up to $155 a month on your Medicare premiums? You need an all-in-one benefits company that can help with all of your Medicare plan needs. Call today, All-in-One Benefits Group at 954-614-5488. We're here to find an all-in-one plan for you. 954-614-5488. Call today for open enrollment.
Do you have an idea for a show or a podcast? Do you want the opportunity to be on TV? Amp Media Productions is partnered with True Oldies Real Radio Station and powered by many online platforms such as Roku, Facebook, YouTube, and even Amazon Fire to help amplify your impact. Do you want your voice to reach a wide audience? Call us today at 866-224-5422.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Yeah, we're back.
Frank says, Freddie, check your messages.
Hey, Papa, you.
And then he says there's an old Indian saying that says only the white man thinks if you cut an inch off the top of a blanket and sew it to the bottom, you get a longer blanket. Thank you, Frank. No one else would think that. That's
Oh,
the
look,
message.
There is a. Oh my God.
And what did he say?
He's sending me the gift.
Ah, okay. And there you go. So that's our
But
good
I
friend
don't know what
author.
that's-
There you go. Thank you guys for putting it up there.
So if you call in right now, today's show, and you're the first person that says, I want Frank's book, you get the book for free and a free gift.
Operation Retribution. It's the 4th book of the Jack Stenhouse series. So give us a call, 888-994-4995,
painting.
Studio A, free gift with purchase. That's beautiful.
That's the free gift.
Beautiful.
It's a painting.
Very nice.
I feel like that movie where he opened up the suitcase and
And the light came out?
Light came out and he closed it. You never know what's in the suitcase.
You know, there's 2 ways apparently to spread light.
Light bulb and sun.
1 is to be the light. 2 is to light a candle in a mirror and share your light. So, thought of a Friday.
Teddy, come get my phone. They're texting me for you. All right, so what you guys think about the flavoring? What did you like it? Didn't you like it?
I love the mango and I love that lime chili taste to it. It was very delicious.
It was good? Now, are you a big eater of ices? Do you like ices? Do you like cold treats?
I am more of a salty gal. So,
Salty.
but that was good. And so, icy I would prefer over like ice cream. But I like, I'm more of a
Salty, that's
salt.
interesting.
Give me a big old salt lick.
Don't
You
go
see-
there. Don't do
go
it.
there. It was very
She said-
delicious.
Hit the
And
buzzer.
especially because it had that little limey in there too. That made it good.
Moving on, because I'm not allowed to reciprocate.
Tell reciprocate.
How did you like it?
I liked the passion fruit. It was good. It was smooth. Had a little bit of sour to it, sweet and sour. It was very good.
Chinese food, sweet and sour.
It was
Love that too.
delicious. Well, I'm glad you ladies are joining us. And Alex, I know during commercial break they were talking to you a little bit about post-concussion symptoms that you're still having. You still have them, you said.
Yeah, so like I mentioned to them, the sunlight, if I don't have glasses, it's going to be a bad day for me.
Now, how long has it been?
Since I had my concussion. I got it in 2014, 2013.
And you had 3?
Yeah, I had 3. I had 2 in high school, 1 in college.
So do you think Tua should be playing?
No.
Thank you.
No.
Thank you. That's
Yeah.
Thank
They're
you.
all
They said-
saying thank you.
They
Yeah,
said
it should be done.
Now there's a rumor do not write to me, you write to Dawn. There's a rumor that Mr. Brady's coming out of retirement to play for the Dolphins for 1 year where they find a replacement for Tua.
I just
a rumor.
I just heard that today from a customer, and I was like, really? That's interesting. But I believe it.
I heard this from somebody who's involved with the
Wow.
NFL.
Yeah.
It's a rumor, just a rumor. But anyway, moving on.
Interesting.
Karen, how did you like the treat?
It was delicious.
She eats all treats. She doesn't care. It's all good. You
The
like- you like
ice,
it?
the Wow Ice was incredible, but the whole concept behind it and that you're paying, honoring your sister's memory and that she came to you with this vision
Yes.
is just remarkable in itself.
Thank you.
So that is a true.
Good stuff.
Why was she in Orlando? Is that where she lived?
So, no, she lived in Philadelphia. I was the only one living down here. Me and my family go on vacations to Orlando since 1999. That was our first trip to Orlando in 1999. So that's something we did every summer as a family. And I was driving up from West Palm that night to go pick her up from the club because we had a villa, which we all stayed in. My wife was there as well. Before she was my wife, she was my sister's friend. And yeah, the shooting happened that night. First night they got in town to Orlando.
Oh,
They
my
went out.
goodness.
We were celebrating her high school graduation.
Was she at the club?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she was in the bathroom for 3 hours. She was one of the
Okay.
hostages. Her and my
Hey,
wife.
what club are we talking
Pulse
about?
nightclub.
Pulse nightclub.
Okay, this is really freaky.
You're giving me like.
I'm going to give you more goosebumps. The owner of Pulse nightclub was in this studio last week because it was the anniversary, right? She was sitting right there, the owner, and she explained everything that happened with this thing, and his sister was killed in Pulse, and she was sitting right where Karen is.
Wow.
This is really, you're doing it again.
Yeah.
They're writing in what position did you play?
Free safety in college. In high school, I played running back, linebacker, everything.
And you got concussions in high school as well?
Yeah, I had 2 in high school, my junior and senior year.
And you went to play for what college?
So I was verbally declared to Penn State, but my graduating year was Jerry Sandusky's scandal. So
Of course it is.
yeah, so we all lost our scholarships, had to transfer out. So I went to St. Francis in Pennsylvania, which is an hour away from Penn State.
So you went to Penn State and the scandal came about, you had to leave to go play football
Yeah, I was
somewhere else.
verbally committed to Penn State. Yeah.
And it continues. Well, there you have it. Well, welcome to the cafe on
On a
Beautiful
Spiritual Friday is all I can
But
tell you.
it happens, and you know, I mean, I covered that show at night. I could not believe when she was here. I could not sit in here. There were so many people. I sat in the back and I listened to the whole show, and it was the anniversary of it. And what a brave woman to come in here and talk about it. And sorry for your loss. It was tragedy at the worst. I'm glad you have the product up. I'd like to bring you back here, bring all
course.
our friends back here. Maybe we could do a tribute.
Yeah.
To all those that lost their lives up there, and
Yeah, let's
what
do
a
it.
better way to do it than with
When's your
ISIS?
sister's birthday?
It was January 27th.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know.
I know. Okay, let's move on because she's gonna get all
teary-eyed on me.
teary-eyed. All right, so let's move on to our next.
You're always welcome
Yes,
here. A lot of
absolutely.
people to talk to. I'm going to introduce you to Sally, who's in Studio B, who is our medium, and
Okay.
her show is about connecting to our loved ones on the other side. So if ever that interests you or anyone else that's listening, you can always call into the studio at 888-994-4995, Studio A, just like our good friend Cece did. Cece is on the line.
Who's on?
Cece.
CC.
Hey,
CC.
guys.
Is it?
Triple
Wait,
C.
wait, wait. It's not CC no more.
Triple C.
It's CC and another C.
Triple C.
Triple C.
Who is this? Who is it?
Triple C, that's right.
Our friend that used to be here every week, and he
Every
moved to
week.
Nashville.
Now we live in Kingsport, Tennessee.
Wow. How's it going?
We're doing really great. We have a brand new house. We just got moved in. Colleen's doing wonderful after her surgery and is healing up really well.
Great. Wow. That's amazing.
And right now, I just got my first endorsement deal.
Doing what?
It's an endorsement for Dirtbag Clothing out of it's rock and roll clothing and products that they're going to sponsor me and give me free gear to wear on stage.
I saw that today on Facebook. You dirtbag clothing. I was like, it doesn't surprise me. It's Triple C doing dirtbag clothing.
Congratulations, and I'm thrilled that Colleen is doing so well.
Yeah, she's doing really good. We're actually both in therapy. I tore a rotator cuff, so we're side by side doing exercises and healing up, and just we're doing really well. We're getting to see our family, her family, and getting to go to Nashville, which is only a few hours away to record, and I got my band ready to go, so everything's looking up right now.
That's fantastic.
Listen, I got two things for you. What's the piano player's name?
Johnny Melnick.
Johnny Melnick texts you something that he has something for you in music. Did you see that?
Yeah, I've already I've got the one song, and he's getting ready to do another. We're
And
getting
then
ready
I have-
to compound on another.
And then I have another request for a choir, background choir, and I spoke to Chico today, who is the producer to Kendra's song that's being played on CSI. He wants to put a song in for the Grammys.
24.
And he needs some background music, choir type of deal. I don't know, do you do that?
I mean, if I don't, I can find people who do. I work with Buddy Hyatt, who was in the band Toto in the 80s, and they have a whole bunch of people in Nashville that can probably do that.
All right, so I'm going to call you after the show. I'm going to hook you up with him and let him figure it all out, because I got a couple other friends as well who do choir. I just haven't reached them yet.
Right.
And, but what a trip that would be if you get on a track
Imagine
at the
going
Grammys.
to the Grammys.
Man, I'm going to tell you.
That would be awesome.
And
Yeah.
today,
I'm looking forward to bringing my band down.
Yeah, what are you waiting for?
Well, we gotta get the right timing. They all work. They all have day jobs and things like that. So we just gotta get the right timing, and we can come down and play for you guys.
Josh is waiting. And you know Katie, she's your
Oh,
biggest
Josh
fan.
better get that guitar out. Believe me. Oh, I miss my Katie. Tell Katie I said hi.
We'll tell Katie you said
Actually,
hi.
maybe we'll talk to a couple of people on Federal that would have them fly them over and do a gig and send them back on the weekend.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to be working on that. I'll be
That would
calling
be
you after the show.
All right, send our love to Colleen and to
All right,
you. We
sounds
miss you
good.
guys.
Hey guys, how are you?
We're good. How are you doing?
I'm working hard at therapy.
Good.
Had the doctor's appointment on Monday, although she said my grip strength isn't quite up to par. So we've been working on the wrists and forearms instead of the shoulders the last couple sessions. So hopefully I'll get there by April, end of April. We'll see.
Perfect.
Put on boxing gloves and hit CC. 15 minutes a day, you'll be good.
Yeah,
All right,
exactly.
you guys have a great
I'm with
weekend.
Yeah,
All
we
right.
miss you guys, and hopefully we'll get to see you soon.
Perfect.
will.
We'll see you soon.
Absolutely.
Have a
Okay.
great
God
weekend.
bless.
Feel good.
That is Triple C.
Triple C. All right, let's
Triple
take
C
a
on it.
commercial break. When we come back, let's talk to the ladies in the house. We're going to be talking about senior helpers, and Vismaya Rubin sent a new friend to help with diabetes solutions.
Oh, yes, you don't want to miss that. Go get a paper and a pen.
Because Freddie's taking his shoes off.
Freddie's taking his shoes off.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Holy.
In times of economic uncertainty and chaos, your money means nothing. You may not even be able to get it from your bank or ATM. What you can bank on is gold and silver. Gold and silver have been a reliable and trusted form of currency for thousands of years. Call the Gold Hotline now and learn how to protect your money and your assets with gold and silver. Protect your money from the next market crash with gold and silver. Call now for your free gold guide.
Born in Marseille, France, Max Lazega creates whimsical and free-flowing interpretive art. His 40 years in the construction industry created the foundation for his craft. His unique work displays his view of the future with bold and playful combinations of materials and processes, but the methodology remains consistent. He fuses recycled materials and discarded building supplies into a fresh, well-executed approach. Lazega has lived in Miami, Florida most of his life, where he pursues his lifelong passion of creating industrial art. For more information, contact Max Lazega at artworkstudios.org or 786-326-8873.
Meet Jay Harmon, one of the many artists held in the Brooklyn Cafe Gallery. Jay specializes in various different art styles, but his medium to work with is colored pencils. His unique style comes from being self-taught and years of practice. Jay pulls his inspiration from many outlets like People, television, celebrities, and many more. With multiple original pieces, Jay's art graces the gallery with over 40 plus works for viewing and for purchase. His many years of being an artist has given him a chance to partner with the Derwent brand, giving him the opportunity to try many different work styles and further his craft. Feel free to come down and visit the studio to view his work, or if you're interested in your own Jay Harmon original, he's open to commissions on his website, coloredpencilartist.com, or catch his show, The Colored Pencil Artist, on Amp Media Productions on YouTube and Facebook. See you soon.
What would you do if you had a broken bone? You'd go to the doctor and use your insurance, right? What would you do if you had a serious problem with drugs and alcohol? Most people do nothing until it's too late. Your insurance can help you get clean and sober with the assistance of a place like the Detox and Treatment Helpline. Many times treatment is fully covered, so why not use your insurance to treat your addiction problem just like you would if you had a broken bone? And with the Family Medical Leave Act, you're allowed by law to take off time from work, and your employer doesn't need to know the reason. So there are two good reasons. You've got insurance you can use for your addiction problem, and with the Family Medical Leave Act, it's completely confidential. Call us right now and save a life. Call 855-350-4504. That's 855-350-4504. Call 855-350-4504 now.
Want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call, because the best prices are not online. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner. Call today and get the best price on your next flight, guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
Artist Rosie Sherman paints her passions to share with everyone. Expressing herself through bold and vibrant colors, her suggestion and style are always in flux. Inspired by travels, nature, romance, and the human spirit, Rosie makes sure her depiction of women are strong and proud. Her landscapes illustrate the changing seasons in the diverse world that we live in. To find her artwork in the multiple medias you can purchase, visit rosiesherman.pixels.com.
Brand new shows, only on AMP2 TV. We have All-in-One Insurance, Latin Hustle con Karen, Meta Magazine Show, Pitch 2 Production, The Florida Love Show, The Sixth Borough, Meet the Experts, Reinvented Life, Lights in the Night, and The Hangout. Tune in so you don't miss these amazing new shows. Only on AMP2 TV.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Spotted cheese, you'll see it it's like, ooh, congealed stuff. All right,
This
question
chick
of the
is
day.
full of, yes.
What is SPAM the acronym for?
Who knows what
If you know
that
what
is?
SPAM is the acronym for, don't Google it, because I just did. Win a free bag of Brooklyn Cafe
Salty
Show
pork of
coffee.
Not, spam is an A, not an O.
SPO.
SPAM.
Salty pork amongst
us. Amongst.
No,
amongst
with the M.
Anyone else?
Salty. Product.
What's the A then?
Debbie looked it up too.
Well, it's on advertising on TV now.
It is?
Yeah.
No, what they do is when you fry Spam, it makes a noise. So now they say,
does.
listen, sizzle, yeah, listen to goodness.
Ew.
Special
Gross.
processed American meat.
Oh,
Yeah, special process.
Okay.
Isn't that what they gave the vets
Yeah.
in World War II?
That's where it came from. That's
Right.
where it
It's great
started.
hurricane food.
It is, because it
Yeah.
never goes back.
Canned.
Special processed American meat. We
It
got
is
the ladies
delicious.
joining us. We've got Amy Decker and we've got Debbie Montgomery joining us. Where do you
Yes.
want to start?
Let's start with both.
We'll start with both. All right, we met Amy through Marcia Teal, which was Caregiver Solutions,
Yep.
a show that you produced
8 years.
8 years, right?
Yeah.
And I think Marcia's last month was in February, and she's moving on to travel the world
tra-
and enjoy
she's
life a
retiring.
little
Yeah.
bit. She's
I
retiring.
think I was one of her last interviews.
I think so too. She's retiring from the radio business for now. But knowing Marcia, I think she might be back after her cruise comes
We
back.
don't know.
I don't know, but we met Amy, and Amy is just a tremendous resource in the community with senior helpers, but everything within the seniors.
Right.
And Debbie Montgomery is a friend of Vismaya Rubin, and Vismaya was in Monday talking about your journey of working through diabetes.
Yes.
And Debbie came in with a whole line of supplements, I see. So interesting how it always works out.
It is, and I want to sort of relate the two subject matters because they both work in a similar related field. But I just want to lead off with neuropathy, which I have, which is a real pain in the foot, for lack of a better word. And it's uncomfortable, and sometimes it's very scary. So I just ordered, I think it's coming from China, God forbid, but I just ordered something you put in water, you boil it, the water, and you put it in and you soak it for 15 minutes, and it's supposed to reduce the swelling and everything else. Because one of the problems that you have with this stuff is that your feet swell.
Here's my question.
Your shoes
before I
swell.
want to explode.
I know.
Might
What's in
explode.
it? What's
Who
in it?
told you to do it?
I did.
Then that's a buzzer, please. No.
Well, I was going to let you do it first.
No.
You don't even know what it is. It could be natural stuff. You don't know.
It doesn't matter. It could be like ladybug products. No.
Ladybug.
Did you read the ingredients that
Thank
you're
you.
soaking
I
your
did.
feet?
And what
what's
happened
in
the
it?
last time you ordered something
It was written.
online?
It probably wasn't written in English, so you don't know.
How you doing, Alan?
Someone once told him he should take this great product that was going to reduce inflammation, had all these herbs and things in
And
it.
it
And what
did.
happened?
It worked.
And what happened?
My blood pressure went up.
No.
Through the freaking roof. And what'd your doctor say?
Stop taking it.
Buzzer, please. No. So you know what? No.
Excuse me. Do not listen to the
noise on the
shows
other
behind
side.
the curtain. She goes and sees J-Lo say, drink this. Coochie coochie
how sick
manga.
did I
Drink
get?
this, right? She takes it. She's sick as
I
a
almost
dog.
ended up in the emergency room. So no.
What was that?
Goli.
Oh, I've seen
Ashwagandha.
that. Yeah.
So so I went to returned it
Alex,
to
how you doing?
I returned it to the they said we've never heard of anyone allergic to this. I go, that's because they're too sick to return it.
They perish before they can bring it back.
Zen did such
They
a
have
good
to
job
crawl
of
to the
making
post office.
And then after the first time, I'm like, maybe I just too many. Wait, let me try it again and take less. No.
It's a drink or a pill?
It's a
gummy.
Drink. It's not for everybody.
It's
Maybe
not a CBD or it's a ashwagandha gummy.
She's allergic to everything. It's the funny thing.
Please don't
is-
put your feet in that.
Well, let's see when it comes. I'll give it to Josh first. If his feet don't explode,
We'll give it to Bailey first. You
Listen,
like Mikey?
I'm on such a run right now. I'm probably not going to use it, but I'm going to see it because what happened was comes a time that your feet begin to hurt. So they've asked me to walk more, right? So I go to Walt Disney World. Where did I go?
Walt Disney World.
No, is that the name
Magic
of it?
Kingdom.
Magic Kingdom. I've never been there.
Did you do the Avatar thing there?
Yes, I did. I won. I was the Avatar champion. No,
What?
the Avatar, the play,
Zippy quick, get through
the
fast.
play or the
No, the
ride.
Avatar ride.
We
when
can
you go
test
on
those
that. I was like,
supplements
how
on
did you win
Freddy's
on
mind.
that?
And you have those guns, right?
No. You
Yes.
sit like you sit on the Avatar animal and you do a ride.
No, I couldn't do that. It was packed all day. That's
Oh
the
yeah,
only
you
thing I
stand in
didn't.
line for hours for that.
Yeah, I couldn't do it all.
Okay.
But anyway, I walked 12 miles that day. And my sugar, and I had a bad lunch. Because they gave me lunch. And I took my blood that night and I was praying, God, please. And it was like 1:30. I said, is the machine busted? I did it again, 1:30. And what happened was the walking, it's good for diabetics, right?
It's good
But
for
my
everybody.
feet wanted to explode. So that's when I bought that thingamajig. because I wanted something to relieve my feet. So I was talking to Vismaya, and she brought up her name and her product and everything that she does. And I said, well, bring it down because I want to see what's in it, how does it work, give us a little history on it. So that's the setup. Don't look at me that way. I'll throw it away. Don't worry about it.
All right, so let's start with Debbie's product since you just ended with it. Are these your products that you've created?
These products were created in 2002 by my late husband, Lou. He was diabetic, he had neuropathy, and he was on insulin, taking gabapentin, taking all sorts of things, and he didn't want to be on them anymore. He had sciatica, which was a problem also, and he had done some research about vitamin supplements, and he lit upon Dr. Michael Brownlee, who had been studying, it's called benfotiamine. It's a mouthful. It's essentially a fat-soluble form of vitamin B1. And so Lou, the Germans have had it for 40 years. They treat alcoholic neuritis. The Japanese had it on patent. It's gone off patent. And so when Lou found it, he ordered it from Germany, tried it, and it worked for him within days. It took the pins and needles away because neuropathy is the damage to the nerve endings in your peripheral neuropathy is in your hands and feet. He had it in his hands and his legs, and within days he was feeling better. So he ordered more. Well, the Germans didn't want to do that. They didn't want to share. And so he was very entrepreneurial and said, I'm going to do this myself. And over time, he was able to export or import our product. We have it encapsulated in an FDA lab here in the States, and we sell it online. And like I said, neuropathy is not curable, but it's treatable. So Freddie, you were talking about how your feet feel better one day, the next day they might hurt. Benfotiamine, our supplements that Lou created, we call it the G150, which is the regular. That's benfotiamine by itself. It's an excellent product, but we found too that neuropathy is also aided by other vitamins, the other vitamin Bs, B6, B12, B5, B2, folic acid, alpha lipoic acid. And so we have a multi-B and the Gs, and then some folks can't swallow the capsules. So we have a Benfo cream. We call it Benfo cream, and you put it on your feet, on your hands, transdermally. We even have a customer who has neuropathy in his stomach, the nerves in his stomach, and he just rubs it on his stomach. It's very interesting. Again, it's a supplement. It is not a drug, which I really liked. I don't have diabetes. I don't have neuropathy. I take the multi-B. It's a great form of Bs.
Yeah, I want to ask you,
Yes, sir.
there with the Bs, metformin eats up your vitamin B. So you have to take extra B. But then I was told that taking B supplements really doesn't affect the body unless it just isn't absorbed because there isn't enough time in 24 hours. Is
That's
that
the difference between the benfotiamine and other Bs. Benfotiamine is a synthetic form of B1. B1 by itself, you'll pee it out.
That's right.
Benfotiamine you won't because it's fat soluble. It stays in your system. And that's why it's so good because after, we say take it for at least 30 days, 90 days to make sure it gets in your system, but it will stay in your system longer. You will not pee that out. We have the G150, the regular benfotiamine, for people that already take a multi-B vitamin. So you're not getting those extra Bs because it's a waste of B vitamins if you're taking so many. If you don't take a multi-B vitamin, like I don't take a regular one, I take the multi-B neuropathy support formula, even though I don't have neuropathy. It's a great form of B vitamins. Okay, so the extra Bs will get excreted, but the B1, the benfotiamine, will not.
And the Bs are great for mental clarity, mental acuity as well.
Exactly. It's great for nerves. It's great for, we've got products for inflammation. Right now, here's something that most people haven't heard of, but researchers are calling Alzheimer's type 3 diabetes.
Yep.
True that.
Okay? It's not a medical term, it's a research term. Benfotiamine now is being studied to show that it slows the progression of Alzheimer's. Again, I'm not a doctor, but this is what the studies are all about now. So as far as I'm concerned, at 65, I'd like to take something that might slow down the progression of Alzheimer's, especially if it's in the family. It's one of those things worth taking.
Well, I think it makes a whole lot of sense, and I've heard that they consider diabetes Alzheimer's type 3 diabetes. Because if you think about, not type 1 diabetics, but in my mind more of a type 2 diabetic, it's the obesity, it's the metabolic syndrome, it's the inflammation and what that does. If it's doing it to your organs, your stomach, your pancreas, your liver, what it's doing to your mind, right? It's doing the same thing to your mind, but you're not realizing it until we can't go backwards on that, right? We can't fix the mind like we can try to fix other things. So it makes a whole lot of sense if you can be proactive, like we talked about last night on that show, instead of reactive.
Well, it's very interesting too because it's not just the nerve endings, but it could be the heart, it could be your kidneys. All the systems are they're working together, and so benfotiamine has been studied for nephropathy, which is your kidneys, neuropathy, which is your nerves, heart disease, so many different things. We just don't know exactly what it is because most, obviously, drug companies don't want a supplement to work well, and a lot of doctors aren't looking to supplement. So it's the new age of doctors, and the naturopaths, the brain cramp. Should take my vitamins.
The osteopaths.
Yeah. And a lot of natural health folks are looking more into doing supplements because it's not for everybody, but if it works for you, it's perfect. My dad's 93. It's the Dr. Jack of our company, and he's been taking it for 15 years.
Wow.
He is as quick as a whip at 93.
What do you recommend where people start?
If you take a multi-B already, then I would suggest starting with the G150, which is our regular benfotiamine encapsulated. It's a small capsule, easily swallowed. If you do not take multi-Bs and you want the extra Bs, then I would take the multi-B. Even though it says neuropathy support formula, it's a good form of B vitamin. If you don't like taking pills at all, there is a solution with our Benfo cream, but the cream does work better taken together with capsules.
So you take both?
So you can do both.
You can do both. You can do both. And we just came out with a new product, and I don't know if you can see it. It's called Benfo Boost. And the Benfo Boost was really for me because, again, I'm not diabetic, but I've lived around diabetics for a lot of years. And so this is a glucose support formula, which I think we all need because we all take too much sugar. And Alex talked about it before about how the ice cream companies and most products have sugar in it, and they're designed to make us addicted to sugar. The glucose support formula is for those 63 million pre-diabetics out there that want to kind of get their sugar under check. In addition to eating better, I'm not going to tell you not to eat sugar at all, but make better choices and moderation in all things. So the Boost has, in addition to 50 milligrams of benfotiamine, so 3 of these capsules is equal to 1 of our regulars. It also has other minerals and vitamins in it that support nerve support, weight loss support, glucose support, antioxidant support. It's a great support. And that's one that I created for me and for people like me who aren't diabetic but could face diabetes in the future. And we've got to be really careful because the way our moms cook, the way our grandmothers cook, we've got 12-year-olds that are 180 pounds right now and are going to have diabetes full-blown when they're teenagers.
And that's a new word that I learned last night because my sugar dipped down to 110. And pre-diabetes, when you take your sugar and the fasting in the morning, it's a good indicator of where you are. So pre-diabetic, I went from 206 down to pre-diabetic, but I'm still a pre-diabetic. And I gotta tell you, if you are an A2, you can turn back the hands of diabetes. And I know that people tell you this and they don't. A lot of my friends can't get off the kick, but you can't. You just have to be focused at doing it. The neuropathy begins to dwindle a little bit, but you're not going to get those nerves back. So you still feel something going on. So that's why I wanted to. Now, there's a couple of questions I have for you. Metformin and blood pressure. The 2 pills they give me, because as a diabetic that was living between 160 and 200, they were afraid about the heart, which is common. The gut, which I've lost now 24 pounds. I'm going to try to lose more. Does this interfere with metformin?
It doesn't interfere with any drugs.
At all?
At all.
Blood pressure, none of that?
At all.
Okay, so it won't raise.
It might lower your sugar a little bit. So if you're on insulin, you got to be careful. Again, I'm not a doctor, so always check with your doctor.
Yes.
But it can lower your sugar levels a little bit, so you got to be careful with your insulin levels.
Well, I'm not on insulin. My doctor
You wouldn't
said
have to worry
me,
about it.
You see, we have a bet, me and my doctors right now. And I said to them, if I get my sugar down, my average down to 120, they got to listen. They have to listen because if it works for me, it will work for others. So if this works in comparison to what I'm doing, and my average has dropped from 168, I'm down to 150, according to a machine they gave me that sends them the information. So we have a bet going on. I got another 2 months. And in 2 months, if it gets down 120, which they told me is impossible, they said impossible, not me, they have to listen. Because you are giving them something to work with, something to work towards, something that even seniors in our community can work towards. Because when I go to Weight Watchers on Saturday, man, all these diabetics are coming because they're watching the show.
Do you, I don't want to say white label because I'm sure these labels are fine. Can physicians keep them in their offices or can they get them through you?
Oh, absolutely. We sell wholesale to doctors, to pharmacies, online, at other stores. We do not have a store, bricks and mortar. It's all online, and is on our website. And I said, Dr. Jack, he's there to answer the calls. He talks to people all day long. And if anybody's got a question, they can certainly contact us and get a hold of our, look at our stuff on the website. But you've got to be careful. It's really moderation in all things. And the reason Lou started this is because he had the diabetes. Now, what I didn't tell you is that 10 years later, he died. So my husband passed away at 55, and he did not have he says he managed his diabetes. The way he managed his diabetes was eating a dozen cookies and had the weight loss, the stomach, the lap band. He had a lap band. He didn't like it, and so he had it reversed. Well, I didn't want to nag because I lived with diabetes with him and with his mother for all those years, and I realized that they don't want to hear us tell them don't. It's like telling a 2-year-old don't. And so I didn't, and I would even bake cookies for the kids and wrap them in foil and put them in the freezer and label them hamburger. He could whip them out. If you want to eat sugar, you're going to eat sugar, and there's nothing I can do about it. But if you look at your life, at 50, where it was going to be at 80, 85, you do not want to be losing a leg to diabetes. You don't. And it happens. A lot of my clients are older, and they've gotten to the point where, we're not going to be able to lose the weight. We're not going to be able to stop this. And I was like, one step at a time. Eat 5 cookies instead of 10.
And you can lose the weight.
You can, and that
doesn't
you
matter
can
what
manage.
age you are, you can.
You can manage your diabetes if you watch what you're eating, if you're careful.
It's funny, when I went to see my doctor, Dr. Hill, who is now retired, he was running FAU Clinic. He took a marker.
Oh, here's a 10% off discount.
Yes, Brooklyn Cafe,
Brooklyn
10%
Cafe,
off.
10% off.
Then I guarantee you got to call in and do this thing. He drew circles around my body parts, my legs, my toes, and I'm looking at this guy, right? And I said, what are you doing? He says, oh, I'm just looking at the parts I'm cutting off.
It's
I had just
frightening.
met this guy. And I said, excuse me? He says, don't move, wait a minute. I says, no, Doc, we ain't doing this. When I come back, and I dropped from 11.6 on my A1C down to 6.2. Then my mother died, my father died, different things, the hurricanes appeared, different things happened, and I'm at 7.4. But I'm going down because now I'm determined, because I'm angry, because I let myself slip back. That's the key here. You can't
but the
slip
key
back.
is, like Debbie said, you have to want it. Her husband had to want it. She can't say, Lou, don't eat those cookies. He's going to say, I'm going to do what I want to do. It's my body. You had to want it, and you've changed because now you choose your life. And I watch what you eat and drink water and walk and park far at Walmart, so you get extra steps in.
Walmart is all the way down there. You gotta
But
get
you
them
chose
steps.
that. If Debbie parked your car far away, he'd be like, why? I don't want to walk that far. You have to take your life
Everything
back.
changed for me when I went to Walt Disney World. There was a 3-year-old little girl on her father's shoulder. She's explaining to me the parade. And I got grandkids. I got a little girl that's coming, I think, in
Next
April.
month, yeah.
Next month. And I want to spend time with them. I'm 60. I'm going to be 61 in a couple of weeks. Thank God, no. And I just want to spend time enjoying what I do. I enjoy doing this. But then I go talk to people who says, I caught the show and this and this and that. And they're always listening to what will make them feel better. And if you want me to walk, my feet can't hurt, man. You wanted to play football and they tell you couldn't because of concussions, right?
Right.
I want to be able to walk. I got no problem walking. The problem here is even though she wears high heels, this woman will run 10 miles. I can't do that because my feet are just bothersome by this thing. So now, because of the weight loss, the sugar's coming down, it feels better. If this makes it feel better, it's good enough to call and get the discount.
Benfo, BENFO, complete, BrooklynCafe.com. Brooklyn Cafe for 10% off. We're going to take a
love it.
commercial break.
Let's do that. And what number? What is the website?
BenfoComplete.com. And discount code is Brooklyn
We're
Cafe.
going to talk about
10%
that
off.
website. We're going to have to shorten that a little bit.
Benfo, yeah.
It used to be benfatiming.net.
Yeah, of
and
course
they're
it
like,
was.
"What?"
But Puerto Ricans can't read that long.
All right.
Call Dr. Jack, 888-493.
8014.
There you go.
Dr. Jack.
Stay tuned. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Welcome to AMP2 TV, the first and only internet production company that's truly plugged in. When you're looking for a full-service internet radio, TV production company, discover AMP2 TV. AMP2 TV is a full-service media company that can provide all streaming videos, video studios, radio studios, and television studios. Call us today at 866-224-5422, for no business is too small to grow to be accounted. It's time for your message to be seen. Let AMP2 TV help get you there.
Stephanie Jaffe is a world-renowned artist who creates one-of-a-kind pieces. Using a keen sense of color and composition, her vibrant collages and mosaics integrate eclectic elements such as vintage keepsakes and fine china with blown glass and fired clay to create whimsical arrangements. For more information about her work, come down to the Brooklyn Cafe TV studio or go to StephanieJaffeArt.com.
Has someone in your family lost a job recently, and now you can't afford your mortgage payment? Or do you have a rental property and your tenants aren't paying you? We can come to the rescue and pay you cash for your home immediately. Yes, sell your home and get cash all over the phone without dealing with real estate agents or having to waste time showing your home to lukewarm buyers. You don't need to lose your house to foreclosure. If you have equity in your home, we'll buy your home and give you cash within days. All in a simple over-the-phone and virtual process. Call now before your situation gets worse. Sell a home you can't afford or just need anymore and get the cash you need today. Call this number now.
Call 855-348-5925. That's 855-348-5925. Again, 855-348-5925.
Tax audits, tax liens, wage garnishments.
Every day we hear stories like this about good folks who are simply struggling to pay their bills. Each of them are living a frightening IRS tax nightmare, and they are afraid it will destroy their lives.
I'm a divorced single mom, and my ex-husband left me and the kids with a lot of unpaid bills, including unpaid taxes. I was really starting to show my stress on my kids because the IRS had sent me a letter demanding a huge payment from me. I couldn't afford it. So then the IRS was threatening to garnish my wages. I'm already living paycheck to paycheck. That would have put me over the edge financially.
It truly seemed hopeless, but then a friend at work told her to call the tax relief line.
The people at the tax relief line, they told me about something called innocent spouse relief. They worked it out so that all of the taxes from my ex are not my problem. I don't know how that works, and I don't care. All I care about is that I don't owe the IRS a dime, and they are not going to take my paycheck.
Even if it seems hopeless, you should call the number on your screen right now. There is absolutely no cost for the call or the consultation. You are under no obligation. If you are worried that the IRS could garnish your wages, seize your assets, even take your home, call us right now. The Tax Relief Line is here to help you. Now you have a knowledgeable, professional team of tax experts that are ready to negotiate with the IRS and fight for you to save you money. The Tax Relief Line's professionals have successfully negotiated thousands of cases, reducing and sometimes even eliminating the tax debt for their clients. It's very easy to get started. Simply call the number on your screen right now. You don't have to live in fear anymore. The call and the consultation are free.
If you served in the Marine Corps, by now you know about the contaminated water problem at Camp Lejeune. If you were stationed or worked at Camp Lejeune from 1953 to 1987, you probably have a lot of questions. We have some answers. You could be entitled to compensation. Billions of dollars are being allocated to pay for damages to anyone stationed at Camp Lejeune during that time. Unfortunately, it appears that officials may have known the contaminated water problem existed and did little to protect their men. The Semper Fi code was not honored. If you or someone in your family has developed a serious illness, including various forms of cancer, call this Camp Lejeune legal support line right now. You can't turn back the clock and change what happened, but you can certainly call right now and learn your rights as a Marine. Here's the number.
Call 855-993-2180. That's 855-993-2180. Again, 855-993-2180.
Hey Kaylee, what's up?
Hey, nothing, what's up?
Nothing, just looking for music for Grandpa I listen to while we're in the car.
What's wrong with listen to now?
Let's just say we have different tastes, you know?
Why don't you try listen to a podcast on Spotify?
Like which one?
The Broken Cafe Studio one is really good.
Okay, I'll try that one out, thanks.
It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought. You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back. Yes, he's been doing that to me since the Philadelphia Eagles and the Philadelphia Phillies. He's a big Philly fanatic. I'm a Met fan, so you know what direction that happened. But I will say this, and I said it before, the Super Bowl champions to next year's Super Bowl will be the Philadelphia Eagles if Hurts does not get hurt. Because he's got to be the best player in the game here, and here. Got to tell you. And I'm not a Philly fan. I'm a Giant fan when it comes to Philly, but I'm a Jets fan.
I got to tell you though, but during commercial break, he got to show us, Alex showed us where he got married. He got married at the field.
Yep, Lincoln Financial Field on the 50-yard line. That was the last place I played my official football game, which was a high school all-star football game, before getting hurt in college. So me and my wife, we reached out to the Eagles with an idea, and they granted our wishes, and they paid for everything. And we also did a docu-series as well. It's, you can see it on sincerelypatience.com. Patience is my wife's name, Patience Murray. And yeah, we Emmy nominated in 2020.
We should have the ICs
That's
at the
awesome.
official baseball say and call Mr. Baseball.
You hear his wife's name?
Patience.
Patience.
You should learn something.
We should. We just talked about that all morning.
There we go. There we
It's
go.
good stuff. All right, I want to get to Amy.
We're going to talk to Amy Decker. Who's walking around over there? Was this Teddy?
That's Steve.
Oh, it's Steve.
I want to talk to Amy about your input. I mean, a lot of stuff has come your way. Your input first, I want to get on the creams, because I know you like that stuff over there, but on the creams and
She'd rather have the ices.
on the neuropathy, because I know in your business, you know a little bit about.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. See, I was paying attention. Yes. So honestly, when we were talking before we came on, I thought this is so perfect. So many of our seniors that we deal with have issues that this would be such a benefit to them. And some of them have, you know, issues with swallowing. So the fact that you have something that comes in a cream is perfect for them.
Another option is you can actually open the capsules and pour the
put
the
'em in.
powder in applesauce or a drink, something like that.
Or an ice cream.
Or an ice cream.
Yeah.
I wouldn't suggest that.
Yeah. A lot. We also give to some of our patients or clients that need. They don't want to eat. A lot of times, as they get dementia, they just don't want to eat anymore. So we give them supplemental ice cream cups, which they don't realize it's full of calories. But that would be a great thing. So if they have issues with that, they can put it in there. It's sweet, it tastes good, and then they can get that with it.
Exactly.
I think it's great.
Now, Amy is with Senior Helpers, and you've just got your finger on the pulse of the entire senior community. And I spoke with one of your contacts yesterday, and you are helping her start a foundation for adult children with aging parents. And that's not just for those who have dementia or Alzheimer's. It's what we go through with as being an adult child.
Oh, yeah. It is probably one of the biggest challenges when you get that first phone call from the child that says, I just came in for the holidays and I was with my mom and dad and I had no idea how much care they need, or I didn't realize how much my dad declined, and but I live up here but they live down here, and these are all the things that they need, and I don't even know where to begin. And it could be safety issues in the home. It could be figuring out how to get the car keys away. So many different things that they need help, and it's daunting. I mean, for some of them, they really don't know where to begin. And so this group, which is adult children of aging parents, it's a support group that we will give them resources. So whatever it is that they're looking for, we help navigate that, which is when I started here, it was within elder law. So I learned so many things about the seniors being in elder law. And so every little facet, and then I'm still a hospice a volunteer. So every little piece that I've learned, it's something that I can help with this group. And in all the groups that I'm in, general contractors that can go in and make the house safe. Elder law attorneys that can make sure that their power of attorney and healthcare advance directives are up to date. There isn't a facet that we don't have. We have a group called Mobile Medical that will go into their home. They can become their primary doctor. We have a podiatrist that will come into their home. A lot of people want that. They want who can come to my mom and dad, so it's less chance for them wanting to get out, or if they've lost their car keys now, doesn't worry. They don't have to worry about it because the doctors will come to them.
There's so many things that you do, and senior helpers, you provide aides or nurses or support care to go into the home as well on a routine basis, not just a medical visit, not just for a podiatry and toenails, but truly to be there as an aide or support.
Oh, and a companion. And for most of our clients, on the perfect day, the aide goes in, helps them get out of bed, gives them a shower, throws in a load of laundry, gets their breakfast, reminds them to take their medication, gets a lunch prepared, takes them to walk around Murakami Museum, come back home. It's just a whole series of things that they need. And very often as they get old, we've said this before, when you're little, you're so excited. You can't wait to get married and have kids and have a house and drive a car, and I'm going to have a job, and I'm going to take care of people, and I'm going to mow my lawn. And by the time they get up in age, they've lost every one of those steps. There's nothing left. They have nothing to wake up for in the morning. So they get depressed. They don't have a purpose for the day. So even with our aides, we tell them, even if they're, really not ambulatory, there's some things you can do for some of these people, especially those with dementia. You'd be surprised. I go into homes and also into the buildings, and I bring baby dolls that are very lifelike, and I do that on a regular basis. It wakes something up in them that they just, they sit and they get depressed and watch TV all day. So we try to give them a purpose of something else to think about, so they know when they get up that morning they've got something to do. And if they get an aide that they love, the aide then becomes a family member. And that's really what our goal is.
Support, because as you get older in age, you want to be able to function and talk to people normally and everything else, and continue. When my father, it's funny because I look at how my kids are talking to me now, and I see how I talked to my dad when he was alive, and my dad was Superman. He never got old. In my eyes, he was never old. He was just doing the things that he does, and I didn't think he ever needed help. Yeah. And one day I was in Puerto Rico, and he was taking a 5-gallon drum up with tar up to the roof, and it's heavy, 5-gallon drum. And I said to myself, wow, you can't do that, Dad. That was the first time I ever said that to my father. Then after that, I had to take his car keys. My goodness, that was
so
tough.
hard.
There's
and it's such
so many things.
Cart driving, just getting up on the roof, that was something that he probably loved to do.
Yeah, but he shouldn't be up there. He was 83.
Right.
84.
But they don't think they are. That's the bad thing. They get up in the morning, they don't feel like they're 84. They want to get that thing up on the roof. And so we'll even tell our caregivers, let them go outside and weed a little bit. Let them go out and do some things in the garden, but they forget. They're 80-something years old.
It's funny. I'm listening to you, and I listen to Marcia, and you all talk about in this perfect world, bless you, Bailey, it's you get up, you eat, you do this, you go for a walk, and I'm living this on the other side with my parents, and I'm thinking, no, it doesn't work that way, doesn't work, because that's the perfect scenario. There's the non-perfect scenario where you've got the aide in the house, but since COVID, they're incredibly depressed. They go from doctor to doctor, and at some point, the doctors can't cure anything anymore. So now it's maintaining your life and coming to terms with what you need to come to terms with. And I used to say, is it better to have your full physical capacity and no mental, or you better to have your mental capacity but be physically impaired. And I think now it's better to have your physical capacity and not your mental capacity. Everyone's shaking their head,
Absolutely.
yeah, because then you don't know. Because I look at my father-in-law who's in memory care with a doll or a stuffed tiger, happy as can be. He never has a pain, not a care in the world. We don't know if there's anything physically wrong with him because he doesn't know either.
We call that blissful confusion.
And I think it might be
really
better
a better place
if you
to
have
be.
the option. Yes.
We have those that their body isn't working. We have a client right now that his body, he's got Parkinson's, he's got dementia a little bit, but he's really with it. He's really with it. And it's so hard because
It's frustrating, right?
Yeah, if his spouse wants to put him in respite care somewhere, they usually put him in a place where everyone's way beyond, and he's still got it. He knows what's going on. He understands it. And he feels bad. He feels like he's a burden to people.
Well, it's funny because Dawn's parents, I love her parents. And I learned when I had my parents, don't try to understand their mind. So what I did with my father is, Dad, can you show me how to put a plug in? And he would explain it. So one day he was explaining me changing a plug, and he says to me, he says, you know, I kind of like this. You do the work and I tell you what to do. Her mom, when I met her at your house, I wasn't eating. I was the last one to eat. And she used to do that back in the day because I have a similar relationship with my parents and her mom. And we would cracking up. We were laughing. We were just laughing because we ate always last. So instead of trying to figure out your parents, what you do is ask them questions and they're going to teach you what they know because they're going to live through your hands. Remember, I told you the secrets is in your hands. So when they see that you're doing the things that they say, you're going to change that whole relationship. Because mom and dad right now, they don't feel, they're feeling useless. They're feeling like depressed. They can't do the things they used to do. But who the hell wouldn't be depressed?
The mental health side of it. And I had the pleasure of filling in for Louise last night on an interview for You and Your Doctor.
Right.
And I need to introduce you guys may already know this company that's NYU Langone, and they're in Delray Beach. And they have a full multidisciplinary approach to seniors. So there's 4 internists, there's an endocrinologist, there's mental health counseling, there's a dietitian. They do remote monitoring with scales. Debbie, your products would go
Hand and
boom.
foot there, boy.
What's the name of it again?
It's Dr. Selzer, and he's with NYU Langone. The office is in Delray and West Palm.
A great place.
A full scope of paraprofessionals, medical professionals, all in one place. And if you live in New York, all your records are accessible through NYU up there to down here. So it's one-stop shop for everything. But everything is outpatient. So if you had a patient who needs X, you need an aid, they call you. You've got a patient, part of their specialty is obesity, which, part of obesity now is diabetes. Yeah. They need what you do. So it just grows and grows. The way to connect our community to help our patients is amazing.
Exactly, and that's even the group, the adult children of aging parents. We're trying to get the same thing together. So every month they've got resources. They can figure out, even from living up there, all of us can be in one room together to get all the pieces so they don't have to worry about it while they live out of state.
Now, Senior Helpers is private pay, not Medicare.
Right, private pay, long-term care insurance, VA often will pay for some of the services as well, but it's pretty much, private pay.
Now, when you meet, because we had a big influx of people from other states, California, Vegas, seniors coming down with their kids and sort of trying to figure out what to do. I guess that's your forte, correct? That's where you step in and say, okay, this is the things you... Has the senior population changed after COVID? The needs, has it changed?
Well, like you had mentioned, I think many got very depressed. There was a lot of depression. I think many of them have become agoraphobic and don't want to leave the house. I met with one of our patients yesterday, and she has not left the house in probably 2 years. So then what happens is now you have a hoarding issue. And now there's repairs that have to be done in the home, but she doesn't really want anybody coming in to work on that with her. So I was actually over there moving her wash machine and plugging it in. And they'll let certain people in, but they become very...
territorial.
Yes. And they just don't want anybody coming in the home. So I do think that we had some of our patients that actually could not deal with it anymore, that were in a community And when you're in a community, they weren't letting him go to the dining rooms. They weren't letting. And one of our guys took little nail scissors and snipped his vein and just bled out the bathroom. Like, I can't live like this
Oh my
anymore. So
gosh.
it's been tragic for the seniors. So we have had a whole different approach. And I think a lot of the kids, because they couldn't travel, didn't come down and see him. I mean, some that could FaceTime, you could see it. But yeah, I think exactly that. It's been a very depressing thing that's what we encourage our aides, get them out of the house, give them something to do. And baby steps. Some don't want to leave the house, so.
Yep, Costco was their daily activity.
Yeah.
Getting my dad's hearing aid fixed is a weekly activity.
Costco's my daily
Just
activity.
looking for things to do.
Yep.
And I think part of the mental decline, the emotional decline, is because also lack of B vitamins, and it goes back to you. They're taking medication after medication, and it's depleting our vitamins and our minerals in our body. Now, only certain physicians realize it or address it because it's a different school of medical thought. But your B supplement, your B complex, helps with mental acuity, it helps with memory, it helps with focus. And you know, your metformin is depleting your Bs. And if you know it, imagine what everyone who's taking all of these medications, they don't know it.
I'll even tell you, no one actually told me how to take metformin.
For what,
I've been
4
taking
years?
it for 6 years.
6 years?
Nobody told me how to take this med. So I've been taking it, and it does nothing because I'm taking it incorrectly. You're supposed to eat a small meal and take it an hour later so that it doesn't have to work against the meal. And I did that for now 3 weeks, and my sugar is coming down.
So the doctor that prescribed that to you didn't tell you how to take it?
No. I'll give you
Interesting.
another one. This doctor didn't know what happened to me 6 years ago and prescribed the same medicine
With a different name, yes.
with a different name.
But you're not with him
that
anymore,
put me in
right?
ICU. Oh, no, I'm staying with him. There's a reason he's here. There's a reason I met her. There's a reason I met you. Because I'm going to go educate him and say, listen to me very carefully, my friend. Let me show you the difference between helping somebody and help killing somebody. That's
why
why
they
I'm
call
not
it
leaving.
practicing medicine. They call it practicing medicine for a reason, because most have got to figure out if it's something that's, beyond their sphere of knowledge. That's why so many people Google themselves.
Dr. Google.
Dr. Google, who soaks your feet in something from
Well,
China.
I haven't done it yet. That's still to come. But I got to tell you this thing. No is a full answer. And it's a full sentence. So if you're going to go and the doc is going to give you a pill or a supplement, you're going to check out to make sure it's okay with you. And you're going to do your blood sugar and you're going to do your blood work and you're going to do all this. And if it doesn't work with you, you tell Mr. Doctor, I'm not doing it. I just had this conversation. I said, listen, not for nothing, I'm not taking that pill. And I'm going to show you why. Just look at my history. But what I like about what you do is that all these things come into play, because Linda did this for my father. Took all the medications. I found 4 medications my mother, may she rest in peace, was taking that I took to a pharmacist, and he says, my God, those 4 things are killer combined.
Oh, you have no idea when we go in for our initial assessment, and we'll send our nurses in, and they look at everything from if they have throw rugs on the floor that are too slippery, do they have bars in the shower, do they have a shower chair, where do you store the medications, could it be by cleaning supplies, where they would pick that up instead. But you have no idea how often we will get flump. Here's a garbage bag of pills. 90% of them are expired. I don't know what to give my wife now. I don't know what to, I don't even, so we'll have a nurse come in. She balances them all out, gets the signed orders from the doctor, and then we can manage their medication.
Giving me an anxiety attack because
No,
I
I'm
can
gonna tell
I
you.
totally can see it happening.
You should.
It happens more than you think.
More
And
than you think.
And they're embarrassed to reach out to anybody. So they don't want to call their kids and go, I have a garbage bag full of pills. I don't know what to do with them. They're not going to call their kid in New Jersey and do that. So they kind of are embarrassed and hide it until we come, and then they can say,
It's funny because I produced that show for so many years, and I remember, it might have even been you, Amy. Somebody came in and said to me, we did the show about taking stock of what your parents are doing. And we take it for granted. My mother was taking these pills because she thought the doctor said, this is going to cure you. And it wasn't. It was going to kill her.
Yeah, but you know what happens? In all fairness to the seniors, you go to a cardiologist here, an internist here, an endocrinologist here, a pharmacist there, but this one sent you to a pharmacist here, and there's no coordination of care, which is why you need the geriatricians, which is why we need the hospitalists. You need someone to coordinate, this works, this doesn't work, So you don't have 4 pills
My
that do the wrong
mother
thing.
had 4 pharmacies in Puerto Rico. When I brought her here, they put an end to all
And then
that
if someone's a physician or still has their license and they're not practicing and they are self-prescribing, then they're ordering what they want until a good pharmacist finally says no.
So you mean my name is Freddie and I got pills to say Juanita?
Yeah.
Or
There's a lot- there's a lot
taking
going
other
on.
people's medications, because everybody's a doctor. Everybody wants to be Dr. Google, and they're giving you their pills.
And we care for doctors. We care for doctors and their wives, and it's the same thing. They're not practicing anymore, but sometimes they feel that the wife really could use this instead, and they do that.
Oh, I'm living it. I
Yeah,
know.
they do that.
Yes, welcome to my world with Dr. Jack. Yes.
Well, you know something, the bottom line here is that you got to say, listen, I need some help.
Right.
You know, and
And that's
you gotta go
very
to Amy.
difficult.
And I got to tell you, I've known Amy going back
a long time, right?
to the attorney's office. I've asked her to come work. She's like you, another no. No. 4 years, she told me no.
But you're patient. Patience.
And it all comes forward. But you got to have and say, you know something, can you help me? And she goes in there, and she's like an army. And they're going to find
Yeah, I'm
all
like the
this
general
stuff.
contractor. But you also have to be very sensitive, very compassionate. You can't go in just I'm gonna, call the shots and this is what we're doing. Then they get embarrassed. So you really have to go in very subtly, still give them the respect that they deserve, and then you can help. So
takes time.
there's a lot of pieces to it, and how you present it can be very
My
difficult.
father took his van and hit it into a ditch. I had to go to Puerto Rico and get cranes and stuff out. And I parked the car, and the car looked like a mangled piece of metal. And he says, it doesn't look too bad. I go, no, Dad, it's pretty good. I said, do you want me to hold your keys now while I get the car fixed? Never gave them back to him.
Yeah.
That's how I got them
We've
back.
had to actually unplug batteries and say, ooh,
That-
it's just
yeah.
not working. We don't know what's going
Yeah,
on.
but you know something? They're smart, man. My
Yeah, some are.
My they will out-con you. And I know cons in New York. My parents are the best. My mother, I used to call her Three Finger Finale because she used to play this game with the pills.
Oh,
And she would go to different pharmacies and, I take this and I said, well, how do you know which one to take? By the color. By the color.
And they are very territorial about their medications, and
Don't
that
mess
is a
with that
big thing.
drawer.
When we come in and say we're going to take over the medication, they don't want you to do that.
Frank
That's their
says, I
independence.
used to weigh 213 pounds. I chose to lose weight. I went down to 155, and then over time went to 170, and then the big C came, and now he's at 158. And Frank is healing. Frank is our soothsayer, Frank A. Ruffolo.
He does. He knows what's going on. But it's important, that when you need help, put your ego to the side and say, listen, I need some help.
How do people reach you?
So they can call our main office number, which is 561-969-9990. That phone is answered 24 hours a day. And then usually whoever answers the phone, they can figure out, triage what's going on. I usually then get the next call. So then from then, and most often it's the children calling about their parents. So I get the full story from them, and then I'll go out and see the parents with our nurse. And there's a lot of hand-holding at the beginning of it, but I think that's what I love the most, because I just feel like they have to know they're doing the right thing and not to worry about it, and we're happy that you called. And once they get into a nice rhythm and realize they really have more independence with somebody in the home, because now you don't have to worry about all those little things. Now you can be you. It takes a few months, but after that, it's a rhythm, and they're on their own. They do great.
And you end up being a better child towards your parent, because it's not, let me see mom and dad, you don't go, oh!
Right.
Because you're frustrated. And frustration is a breeder. And once you get some help and everything is clicking, and you got to give them a little room, you're going to feel a whole lot better. And all of a sudden, your relationship gets a whole lot better, because there's not all that tension going on.
But they have to be educated too, that as they get older, especially if they have memory impairment, there are physical things going on in their brain that are there. It's pocketing holes. It's going into atrophy as they get dementia. So when you said, "Mom, I just told you 10 times, why do I have to?" She really can't retain it, because it's going in and it's not retaining, it's going out the hole. There's so many things that is going on with the brain that I learned through this Teep of Snow, and that's what I teach our caregivers, is how to handle dementia, Parkinson's, Lewy body, Alzheimer's. You have to realize the brain's not the same anymore.
You got to come back and do a whole show on that.
Oh, yeah. I
want you to
teach
come
that
on-
twice a month.
I want you to do a taping for next week. We're going to air something from you Tuesday nights. Let's go a throwback. So we'll tape it, do something on the tape, and we'll bring it back. I mean, I'm fascinated. I wish I had known you. I probably did know you. When my parents were alive.
I'm going to cut you off because we got to go to commercial break 5 minutes ago.
Well, we got to go.
Because we got Sally and we got Steve, and I need to introduce Sally to Alex because your sister's screaming at me. So I got to go to commercial break. She's got to stop screaming.
Unbelievable.
Stay tuned. So sorry. We'll be right back.
Known for his Art Deco Cubist style and compositions with dancing saturated color, Ken Bieberman has lived and breathed art his whole life. From the early 80s, he's influenced the Art Deco district of Miami Beach. Featured in numerous restoration projects, hotels, galleries, and clubs, Bieberman creates for everyday folks and celebrity clientele. He's also the proprietor of Art Repro, a giclée and scanning company in Pompano Beach. When it comes to scanning high resolution, size is not an issue. Professionally scanning art up to 10 feet and 64 inches in width, Art Repro utilizes state-of-the-art equipment. On quality canvas or paper, archival ink and printing mediums are put to use. Art Repro ensures colors are true and every nuance of the art is captured, including the canvas weave. Perfection is the priority. Contact artist Ken Bieberman today at 954-547-0095 or visit his website www.artrepro.net.
Being a successful woman in business means having the courage to own who you are. We understand the challenges faced by women, and we are here to help. Our team is here to develop the best strategy designed just for you. Your path is unique, and with the right tools, you can accomplish your dream. From radio to TV, from podcasting to magazines, we create the visibility to amplify your impact in business. At New Dawn Media, we are here to help bring your message forward and help your business flourish. It is time for your message to be seen and your voice to be heard. Contact us at 866-224-5422 or brooklyncafe.tv. Your voice can make a difference.
Les Sorel Restaurant, home of the authentic Italian tradition, offers a large menu that consists of seafood, steak, homemade pasta, brick oven pizza, and homemade desserts including a wide wine selection. We also have the best bar in Boca Raton with delicious cocktails, homemade limoncello, cappuccino, Italian espresso, brandy, and other specialties, open every day with a lunch and dinner menu. For more information or to make a reservation, contact lesorelrestaurant.com or call 561-235-5301.
There is no way to ignore it. You hear it on the news, online, from your friends and family. What happened to my money? Whether it got hit by falling stocks and bonds, with the coronavirus, shrunk by a floundering 401k with low interest rates, and is riding the extreme ups and downs of the stock market with political elections. Many Americans are worried about their money and how they're going to retire. Help protect your financial future now and call J.D. Mellberg for your complimentary book from a leading financial firm that shows you ways not to run out of money whether the market goes up or down. This free book reveals little-known truths about annuity strategies in simple-to-understand terms that can protect your money for a lifetime. As a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report summarizing the rates and benefits of annuities from hundreds of top-rated insurers, helping you to find ways to get up to 33% more income in retirement. That's right. 2 books, both absolutely free, for calling J.D. Mellberg. Help protect your financial future.
Call 877-643-3015.
Are you compromising your medical care for doctors out of your network? Are you tired of dealing with referrals to see a specialist? Are you aware that you can save up to $155 a month on your Medicare premiums? You need an all-in-one benefits company that can help with all of your Medicare plan needs. Call today, All-in-One Benefits Group at 954-614-5488. We're here to find an all-in-one plan for you. 954-614-5488. Call today for open enrollment.
Do you have an idea for a show or a podcast? Do you want the opportunity to be on TV? Amp Media Productions is partnered with True Oldies Real Radio Station and powered by many online platforms such as Roku, Facebook, YouTube, and even Amazon Fire to help amplify your impact. Do you want your voice to reach a wide audience? Call us today at 866-224-5422.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
See that? All right, we're back. And when they're talking over there,
I'm going to let them do their thing and talk over there.
I wanted to bring up real quick, again, if you feel you need some help, give Amy a call. Don't be shy. Or come and meet her, because she's going to do a taping next week.
Nice.
Come and meet her. I think that the essence of what's going on, and I always say this to people in your profession, I wish I had known when my parents were living with me in Boca, my mother looked like $1 million because I took her off the meds, I took her this. My father used to walk her around the community, and they were living $1 million. What happened was my father got homesick and he wanted to go back to PR. But if I show you pictures of what she looked like when she came to live with me for 2 months, you remember.
She looked great, yeah.
She looked like $1 million. And we were feeling better. And I sent them to New York as a present for my sister's birthday. She was shocked when they showed up at the door. Just a whole different thing happens when you feel better because you're communicating with your parents. Dignity, I didn't even understand that, what it meant to give seniors dignity. Don't take things away from them. Don't try to control them right, wrong, or indifferent. If they want to eat ice cream with their hands, let them. What difference does it make? It ain't hurting nobody.
As long as they're not hurting anybody, let them do exactly what they want to do, even if they're in the throngs of dementia. You know, we had a woman that she just wanted to empty the silverware drawers and the Tupperware all over the counter, and then she'd put it all away. And the husband would get exasperated. Can you call her? I said, what? She's not hurting anything. Let her empty the silverware drawer. Let her pull the towels out and fold all of them wrong. Who cares? It's giving her a purpose. Her purpose is to do silverware, Tupperware, and that closet, and that made her day. She loved it.
My mother used to move furniture around.
Mm-hmm. Mine did too.
I let somebody else in here. Mm-hmm. So I fell on my butt the other day because there was a chair there. But my mother used to move stuff around, and my sister used to say, be nice. And, you know, Mom, this looks really good. Oh, you like it? Sometimes she didn't even realize she did it. She just moved stuff around. That's what she did. And I said, okay, good. And just leave it alone.
Yep. It gave her a purpose, and then she felt like she was excelling at something.
Exactly.
Lots of things to do. Sally, how'd your meeting go today?
Excellent. Yes, we're wrapping everything up, but it's going very well. Feel very happy.
Do you have a title for the new book?
It's going to still be Call Me Zena, but what did we say underneath it?
Well, there's going to be a tagline underneath that subtitle. We haven't determined the exact subtitle yet, but we're close.
What's it something to do with past, present, and future travel? I don't know. It's something that's going to relate to the book so that people, as they see the book, not just Call Me Zena, it's something to do with past, present, and future.
Well, you know how you always say there are no coincidences?
No coincidences.
And we just decided that your show Monday is about connecting with your loved ones or anyone that has passed, right?
Exactly.
That's the theme of Monday.
Yes.
And in walks this young man sitting on the couch with you. I did not know his story at all. We've rescheduled this to bring Ices in for months, and then he brings in 2. He's like, I'll be back. And then he shares the story, and I thought, and his wife's name is Patience, which we talked about all day.
Yes.
And I knew he had to meet you, so I interrupted this because I wanted you to meet.
We just talked a little bit just now about, which is very sad, but I'm getting goosebumps. Absolutely. We had just talked, that's what my next show is going to be about, so.
Do you think she has a message for Alex, his sister?
Well, yes, I actually was just giving him part of a message that I was receiving. I mean, the way that she passed was, you know, for us, what we see is tremendously tragic. We can't take that away, but I feel that she passed very suddenly and very quickly. So today, I just feel that she is contacting you through dreams, which I can relate to because part of my story started off, first of all, with dreams, which I just told you. And the name Wow that she gave you was perfect. And of course, my story is that I got into art because of a dream. So follow everything. She is wanting you to remember her the way that you remembered, not of those very last few minutes, because I can't say you're over. It's happened. We can't change that. But her memory is still very alive of the good times you had, and I feel that you have that same memory of her. So whenever you feel a little low or you want to talk to her, she's listening to you. So just, if you feel that because I feel that you're very perceptive with her memory here, and she's able to come through to you and will continue because she knows that you can hear her, not just through me from what I'm saying, but talk to her as we're talking. I feel her presence extremely strong right now. You can probably hear. I kind of go into a little trance, but I can feel her very strongly, and she wants you to be happy. I can feel your pain right now, but it happened. We can't change that, but we can go forward. Remember all the good times. She's helping you. She's very proud of what you're doing. She loves, and I'm feeling the name WOW very, very strongly, because that's what she's saying, wow. Yeah. But it relates to every part of your life, okay? So I'm going to go. She's realizing that they're here. Okay, thank you. And be happy. Please be happy with her memory and everything that she was even able to achieve here, because I feel that she achieved something here that was worthwhile. So just be happy. She's around you, and talk to her. I'm going to leave her with that. You're welcome.
And Savvy Show is on Mondays, correct?
Monday, you got to connect
My
with
goodness.
those people of past.
And we're going to put this so that you can call in and talk to Sally. We'd like to maybe give out the numbers more over the weekend, so you can call in people who have passed on and you want to see if there's a message. And that will start at 3 o'clock on Monday.
Be part of
And
her
I
life.
will never say wow again and not think of the story, and I'm not kidding. Even just sitting on this show, I've said wow 50 times. I'm like,
Wow,
I'll never
I feel like
forget
saying wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't always remember what I'm saying, but I know the word wow came through very strong. Yeah, wow.
It's a tremendous niche. And it's,
Yes.
it's interesting how one thing leads to another. There's a few other stories in here who are interesting. Cameron has an interesting story happening on Saturday, I think it is, right? Sunday. And it's her story to tell, but there's a tragedy that happened in her life with her son. It was all over the news. Everybody knows about it. But it's amazing how, if you put people together, how these things formulate. I did not know Amy was coming today. I knew she was coming today, and then I forgot she was coming today. But it sort of makes sense that the two of them, the three of them, the four of them, the five of them, all here, including Steve, because the story has a storyline that sort of gels. And it's yesterday, today, and tomorrow's growth. And Lynn, I just wanted to tell you that I thought about it, made a contact here on Federal to an organization that we are going to do the book, the author thing. I just want to talk to you a little bit more about organizing it and presenting it to them, because we want to do a deal where we're going to bring in 30 authors and do a book signing deal with the 30 authors. So to be continued, just don't let me forget, because I forgot she was coming. I just,
He needs a B complex, is what he
I
needs.
need B, and every. How many B's are there? 20?
A bunch
right?
of bees. A bunch of bees.
I need all
Make
of
sure you get a bunch of bees.
I need all of them.
Oh, I can see a commercial. Like you have a tree with grapes, like a low-lying fruit, and they got to be 1, and you got to be 12, and you got to be 6, and you put all these.
in a big beehive.
And you got all these bees, right? I'm always thinking in animation. And you put all these bees in, and they kind of just goes in this bottle, and you got your bee complex right there.
We call them Debbie's bees, so just remember that.
Nice.
Debbie's bees. Yesterday, a gentleman at Leeds said a story about a fish in a tree. Do you remember it?
Yes.
What was it saying? It's a famous saying.
About the fish doing this
Climbing
best
a
and
tree.
climbing a tree.
Yeah. No, somebody said, it wasn't just that.
Yeah, I forgot the story.
No, then you don't forget.
Do you remember the story?
No, that's what I was asking.
Because you had once said to one of our producers, they said to you, fish don't climb trees. And then you had Teddy or someone look it up, and there is a fish that can climb and live in a tree. So then you told this gentleman who lived by this motto his whole life about this story.
I shut that whole motto
and he
out.
went, now I can never do this anymore.
Something like, just because a fish can't climb a tree doesn't mean he's doing a good job at what he can do, because there's other things. So don't ask the fish to climb a tree.
Thank you.
Because he's never going to be able to do it. Give him something that he can excel at.
Something they
and
can
he'll
excel
be
at.
good that. Yeah.
Is her mic, is your mic on?
I don't know.
See the green light is
Do you have a green light on there? But yes, if the fish can excel.
Sorry.
So I'm sitting here because I'm hearing all these fish stories, and we did find that fish does live in a tree. And Teddy was the one that looked at
We're
it.
not talking fish stories. They must be giving you fish
No,
stories.
I know. I'm just talking about sometimes you think you can't do something or something doesn't make any sense, but it
But
does.
your goals have to be reasonable.
But when you find your niche, and I know it makes Sally smile, and this, talking to Alex, look at her, she's smiling again.
Well, no, I was talking about the niche, Alex Wow.
The wow?
The Wow. And that the lady from the club was here a week ago. I mean, how bizarre is that?
A big giant puzzle piece that all came together today.
It does this every day in the studio.
It seems to work that way, definitely. It's all happening at the Brooklyn Cafe.
It comes together every day in the studio,
Right,
and
yeah.
it's a gift that we get to share with everybody.
Sometimes it just makes me go, wow.
We're
Here
going
we
to
go
keep
again.
saying that. I keep
didn't mean that.
hearing wow.
Which is amazing. And for you, Karen, we love you so much, and whatever you need, you know we're here for you this weekend.
Thank you. It's it's a bittersweet memory, but we know that they're in heaven and they're our angels now.
100%. And he's always with you, but doesn't make it any easier.
Right.
So we love you. Yes, bittersweet, for
Yes.
sure. Absolutely. You got plans this weekend? Anyone doing anything great? Anything wow? Everyone's
Just a
doing
bunch
their
of
thing.
hotel deliveries for me.
That's a good
Hotel delivery?
I'm leaving for Atlanta.
And you're leaving for
And
Atlanta?
I'm going to the expo this weekend. There's this spirit, soul. I don't know. It's a big expo that's on every year. Actually, they
Where
get
is
very
it?
crowded. I think it's at the Deerfield.
The Doubletree.
Doubletree in Deerfield.
There's a spiritual expo?
Yes, they have a lot of speakers there. They have a lot of people that are selling things. It's very interesting.
You're gonna
the
find
last 2
something
years
there.
I didn't go because of COVID. I don't know how busy
The
they were.
Doubletree, I've been to that expo.
It's great. It's really nice. Yeah.
It's crazy house. And it's funny because it looks like everybody's coming out here.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of people want to come out. So if we hold an expo, we could do a sneaker expo and everybody's going to
Yeah.
come. Everybody's in that
But
whole-
it's fascinating because you can go into any, there's many different seminars going on. So you just pick lectures and.
Can you imagine going to a spiritual psychic expo when everybody is in there? Talk about judgment, Lynn. I'd be thinking they're looking at me going, she's this and she's that. I don't think I could do it.
The last time I went,
You would like it.
the last
I
time I
probably
went
love
to
it,
the
actually.
expo was for authors. And my job was to go to all the other expos and bring people in. And I did that, and it got crazy. We had to move the cameras out because there was just too many people, and everybody sold out all their books. It was nuts. But it happens. It's just another way of doing things.
So how's Louise doing? She's doing okay?
She is, it's day by day, but it was really interesting on our show last night to have her be the person that was remote.
Right.
Instead of and Karina was sitting where Louise would normally sit. So, yeah, I think she's got a bit of a road
got some
ahead of
time to
her.
heal.
So,
But you did a
Yeah.
great job on the editor's desk last night, and Sally's show is coming up on Monday, and Latin Hustle, I've got a special guest either Monday or Wednesday for you. The couple that we met last week, they're going to be coming in next
That's
week.
going to be tremendous.
So we're going to be rescheduling that. So a lot of great stuff happening. You just have to be patient and truly have to live your passion.
Oh, all of a sudden she's learned the new word, patience.
I know it. I can't always practice it,
Alice,
but
I'm
I'm
going to
trying.
have to keep you here in a closet somewhere, so every time she sees
Bring
you,
your
she
wife
knows.
next time.
Oh yeah, definitely.
knows
She's definitely
patience.
coming.
He's bringing patience with him, literally.
Yeah.
Remember I told you, Sally, today we need to have Sally in our pocket? He keeps patience with him at all times, literally.
Good stuff.
All right, ready to wrap this up?
Yes, I want to thank our guests for coming today.
Perfect.
Appreciate all of what you do, and so does the community. Appreciates what you do, and I've been doing caregivers for a long time. I've done it all over Boca and beyond, because she's flown out as well. So I think this is a proper to tell Marsha we hope to see you soon back in studio, and Amy's here to sort of, and she knows what I'm talking about because she knows Marsha's really well. There just happens things in my life that after you do them so long, and you sort of say goodbye to that ship. This one's tough. This one's hard.
I see that.
To let Marsha go. Happens.
Well, you never know. There's always time to come back. The
Never
door
know. She may
opens,
come. She may
works two ways.
She may come in.
And someone was watching our morning show. She sent me a spectacular singer who works to fight human trafficking in Austin. So maybe my trip in 2 weeks becomes a business trip. We bring a singer
Maybe
back.
so.
You never know.
You never know.
So always reach out to us at 888-994-4995. Our doors are always open. Excuse me? Okay, hang on one second. We'll get right there.
I'm sorry, baby.
Give us a call. And Monday show with Call Me Zena if you want to connect with a loved one on the other side, or if you want a private reading, you can reach callmezena1111@gmail.com or call right here in the studio. 3 o'clock is the Florida Love Show with Kenny Love, spreading love throughout the world. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Wait a minute, she wants something. What?
And I'm going to wave my wine. We'll see you Monday, 9 a.m. drive time.
Wow. Wow.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.